Today on the Tiger Football Report, we'll review the Tigers game against the Stony Brook Seawolves. Get ready, Tiger fans. The Tiger Football Report starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
White Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and it's locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl, chocolate-covered pretzel. How can you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years to Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Hello and welcome inside the Towson Sports Network studios for today's episode of the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas. The Tigers returned home to Johnny Unitas Stadium this past weekend to play host to the Seawolves of Stony Brook. Towson led heading into the fourth quarter, but the Seawolves pulled out a 27-20 victory. Let's take a look at the highlights from the ballgame.
Knudsen again, dropping back, wants to throw, looking for the sideline for Christian Summers, makes the catch at the 50 and down to the 44-yard line of Stony Brook. The Seawolves. Knudsen wants to throw, looking, firing, pass is incomplete, possibly intercepted, and it is. It's picked off. All right, thanks, Ben. Carbone gives to Bedell, cuts right, cuts to the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Stacy Bedell with his 6th touchdown of the season, and Stony Brook takes a 6-0 lead with 4:22 to go here in the first quarter. Left, 2 men to the right. Here's a give to Weathington up the middle, avoids the first man, gets to the 40, 35, breaks it outside to the 30, 25, and down inside the 25-yard line to the 21. Big pickup of 23 yards for Deshaun Weathington. Turns, fakes, wants to throw, fires for the end zone. Dessenberg's got it, touchdown Tigers! Great catch, Andre Dessenberg on the right side of the end zone, and the Tigers are an extra point away from tying it up. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is perfect. So the Tigers take the lead at 10-7. Formation, Weathington the second man. They fake, Knudsen wants to throw, fires into the end zone, touchdown Tanner Valley! And there's your throw to the tight end. So Tanner with his first touchdown reception of the season, and the Tigers take a 16-7 lead pending the extra point. There's a gives to, actually the quarterback keeps it himself up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Gives it to Goins. He gets hit, falls forward, touchdown Stony Brook. Their first lead since it was 7-0. They're now up 20-17. With 14:38 to go in the game. Thank you, Ben. And on first down, Ellis Knudsen has just thrown an interception. Picked off at the 25-yard line by Jaheim Woods. Carbone pitches it around the right. And Bedell is going to waltz into the end zone for a touchdown. 26-17, Stony Brook with 5:50 to go. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's good. Boy, he has a strong leg. He sure does. So the Tigers cut it to 7.
Senior wide receiver Andre Dessenberg had 7 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown. The Tigers fall to 1-4. They are now 0-3 in CAA play. Another close loss, and I'm joined now, as I am every week, by the head coach of the Tigers, Rob Ambrose. And Coach, going into halftime, 17-7, and for the second week in a row, your team played much better in the first half than they had the first couple of games of the season. What happened in the second half that changed?
It was a combination of things. That halftime was pretty cool. That we talked about where we had been and how we needed to finish something. That was a big deal. We needed to finish something, and it was an example of guys. You know, it was like one guy here, one guy there, and small adjustments. That was it. And we just couldn't finish drives offensively, and we got out of position 3 times big defensively, and it hurt.
Ellis Knudsen in this ballgame threw some of the most beautiful passes you will ever see.
Yeah.
I mean, the touchdown pass to Andre Dessenberg.
Perfect.
The long pass down the sideline to Christian Summers,
Perfect.
Where he made an unbelievable, but the ball was perfect. You couldn't throw it any better. And then inexplicably, he throws an interception at the Tiger 25. Sometimes it's not the quarterback. Sometimes it's a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. What happened on that play?
He knew the read, and young quarterbacks tend to get locked on to their guy. And Christian and Andre is, clearly the guy, but on that play, it's a high-low, and Christian's the guy. And they covered it extremely well, that part of it, and we had Manny standing wide open in the flat. And young guys get locked in and can't get unlocked. Stared it down long enough, and he even said afterwards, "Where'd that guy come from?" So I said, there's no substitute for experience. When he goes back and watches the film, he's banging his head against the wall. But until you're out there in the live fire, standing there, taking a hit, still delivering the ball over and over again, where you have that confidence of what the picture's supposed to look like in your eyes. There's just no substitute for that. And if he had to do everything, obviously he'd take it back. And when you're playing in our league, I think it's a very good point that when you're playing in our league, turnovers, the room for error against these great teams that we're playing every week, like there's no bad teams, and they make you pay.
Another thing that's inexplicable to me is the fact that your football team has played well.
Yes.
At times, and you're 1-4. What was the mood after the game? I know you were really upset after that ball game, and I know coaches have to say, okay, next game, but Sunday you start working on the game plan and everything else. But at some point, you got to take a couple of minutes and just say, knock your head against the wall.
I can tell you that there was a lot of tears, and that's the first time that I've probably seen that out of this crew. That they have finally gotten to the point where they're investing so much of themselves to obtain what they want, which is where you want them to be. But it's been a growth process to get there, and that I got everybody in the locker room that's in. Like, they're in now, and it hurts, and it's supposed to hurt. And it's the recovery from the hurt. I said, the biggest thing I'm going to tell them is they are going to find out more about themselves and their team now than in the last 8 months combined. Because the true mettle of a man is going to be shown when he's truly faced with adversity. This hurts. What are you going to do when it hurts? How are you going to respond? How long are you going to lay there? And I got to get up. It hurt me too. It really hurts. It hurts bad. But you got to get up. You got to keep moving forward. And like I said, I tell them this all the time. There's a million things in their life they can't control. The only thing they can control is how they respond. And Saturday was bad. Sunday was better. And I got looks in the eyes, and I love these kids. I do. It's a strange land that I'm in. Seriously now.
Yes, it is.
1-4 when you're not playing horrible, when it's not a bad team, when it's good kids. That's brutal. And to be honest, we're a pretty good football team. We're just not that good yet. We're not. And we can get better. They know it too. They know we could have been in a better situation, but we're not. This is where we are, and what are we going to do with it? And it starts with me. I got to coach them better. I do. I got to coach them better. There were some adjustments that we didn't make in the second half of that game, and that's on me. And I thought I'll take responsibility for it. That's my job. But we're going to get better. If you could say anything about our team in the last 3 weeks, we've gotten better and increasingly better against very, very, very good competition. This week will be no different.
All right, bright spots. Good news, bad news. Before the game, you announced that Darius Victor is out for the year with turf toe. The good news is that Shane Simpson and Deshaun Wethington got much more playing time than they normally would, and they both performed very, very well on Saturday night.
They really did, and this isn't a surprise. Darius is one of the linchpins of this team. He's a key factor in everything we've done for the last couple of years. And losing him clearly had an effect on our guys, that they did their best in the next man up mentality, but there was an emotional aspect that we were missing not having him out there. And that certainly would have served us well in the second half of that game. But when you think about what the future holds, that you've had an NFL back in Terrence West, you've been an All-American in Darius Victor, and you're going, oh my God, what's going to happen? Because he's going to graduate. And then you see these two kids and you go, oh, okay, no problem. That's going to be good. No, and trust me, as good as they were, they made their share of mistakes. But you realize that the future is very, very bright at that position. That the guys that we play going, oh, Victor's gone. We're not going to be okay. They got more good backs.
Well, someday when we have more time, you'll have to explain to me exactly what turf toe is. Because it doesn't sound as bad as it always is. Jack Lambert's career, one of the greatest linebackers of all time, ended because of turf toe. That will do it for us on this episode of the Tiger Football Report. Join us next time where we will preview the Tigers game on the road against Dartmouth College. For head coach Rob Ambrose, I'm Spiro Morekas. Have a great weekend. As always, go Tigers.